I got fired this week due to disrespect and mistrust. Isn't that cute? Let's rewind this story to figure out how I got here. 2 years ago, I started this job. The money was great. I was on a 60-40 split handshake deal. I signed no contract. I'm a subcontractor with the company, and everything was great. So a little into the job working there, I was asked, do you know how you get paid? I said, no, I don't really. I know what I get paid, but I don't know how it's divided up. I was shown, and then the first check I got with this knowledge, I compared the numbers with what I got versus what the check was, and there was an $11 difference. I bring it up to the guy. He gets a bit up in arms, thinking I'm saying I'm trying to do something to him. Man, I'm simply saying, let's do your math, and I'll do my math and find out where we went wrong. That's what I thought you're supposed to do in jobs. That's what I've done in the past. He gets a little bit upset about this, and I'm simply saying, just show me how you got that number. Oh, well, there's fees involved, and there's this and that. I didn't hear about those fees in the beginning. Why didn't you tell me before? He didn't. He also ended the conversation with, you can go somewhere else and start your own gig, but it won't succeed. Thank you for that jab. I really appreciate that. That's what I was looking for in this conversation. Let's move on to the first year's 1099. It was texted to me, send me all the payments I gave you and I'll give you a 1099. No, you do that math and you send me the 1099. Back and forth he was saying, no, you need to make your own 1099. I was like, no, sir, let's Google this. You provide me the 1099. Plus, by the way, that was due January 31st, and I think we were maybe a month out of that, probably in March sometime, but it was late. After saying, let me just talk to your CPA, your accountant, he'll take care of it for us, I immediately got that file I needed. Now let's move on to our pay consistency. Rarely were we paid on time. Sometimes the check we're supposed to get in the first of the month would show up the same time the last check we're supposed to get in the month was due. It was all over the place. Sometimes it was a check, sometimes it was cash, sometimes it was Zelle. You never knew. Sometimes we'd even joke, I'm glad we don't need the money because we were okay with the money we had already, but it was never on time. And I'd say, hey, can we get paid on time? Or hey, are our checks due now? Yeah, I'll get it to you. There's always a reason, but it was never on time. You on the viewer side, are you losing some trust in this person already? Imagine how I felt because I'm the one dealing with it. In January, we had a meeting. Bring all our problems to the table. What things can we talk about as a company to get better and bigger? We have this talk. My biggest thing, and I came in with this problem, I said, can we please get paid on time? Yes. All right, I trust you. I believe you. I've dealt with it for a year. Now I know you're going to do the right thing because you gave me your word. That's my biggest problem. I was raised to do the right thing, and my dad always taught me your word is your bond. Your word means something. He was so big on that. So if you give me your word, you're sticking to it. I believe you. Fast forward to this year's 1099, 2024. It is wrong, and guess what? It is late. Wow, never heard of that problem before. Being late? Anyway, it's 2 months late. By law, it's due January 31st. Here we are again, dealing with the problem. All right, hey, this is not right. I've got to make the changes and show you why. I don't think this person understood what gross income is because I've got text messages to show he was trying to say something, and I'm like, that's not right. We can all Google this. Let's ask ChatGPT if we want. It's not right. They act surprised. I'll fix it. Okay, and I said, you know what? Hugged him, guy. I know you'll fix it. I know it's okay. I was given my totals, what I was owed for last year. Thank you. Wasn't the 1099, but I got the totals. I compared it with my math of every check. I've got it right here. I won't show the numbers, but I've got numbers from every payment I got in 2024, 24 payments. I do the math. Every single one of them is wrong. Let's give an example. In January, negative $454. In February, negative $667. March, negative $784. April paid me over $325. May, negative $1,346. And on and on and on. None of this is right. No payment I was given in 2024 is right. Came up to a grand total of $5,573. I made this list and sent it to him digitally and made a paper copy with every deposit I had, showing my math, what I wanted in the very beginning of this situation that started 2 years ago. $11. Remember that? I did the math because it wasn't done on his part. He says, if you feel I owe you money, I'll give it to you. It's not that I feel, it's that I've got the proof right here. I've got the proof. And it's not proof that you're doing something wrong, it's just proof it's wrong. I said you shorted me. And I don't mean shorted like you're trying to take advantage of me, but this person took the word shorted and the vocabulary bothered him so much, he thought I was saying he stole from me. I'm not saying you stole from me, but I was getting so irritated at this 1099 situation. I sent a text message that said, I don't know what you're doing. If you're trying to pass these numbers off and you're trying to get us to pay the tax of what you owe, that is fraud. I know that's a key word, a red flag. People don't want to hear that, but I don't know what you're doing. So the trust you're looking for has been destroyed by your past actions. Words mean nothing, actions mean everything, and there's 24 payments to show it's incorrect. I get a text on Monday saying, clear your schedule and meet me at this place at this time. I know exactly what's happening. I can read the room. You got it, Chief. I'll see you there. I show up. There's someone else at the table. That's our witness. And he proceeds to tell me that due to lack of trust and respect, we can no longer have a professional working experience or relationship. I go into unpacking the same story I've just told you here today. Here's where it started, and here's how it got where it was. All due to you. I'm sorry if you do enough to me that I get upset and react to you, but I was never rude to you. I never talked crap behind your back, and this is me talking to him about this. Didn't do that. I do take too much, too long, and it's been 2 years too long. You can have other employees with you that are young and ignorant to this stuff and just do whatever you want. If that's the type of people you want under you, then I'm sorry. If you want to turn those people into you, good luck for their future. I'm not going to be walked on, even though I had been. And the time I stand up for myself, because I stand up for myself, I'm the problem, and I disrespect you because I raise my assertions. That's the problem. He hands me my final check. In that is the $5,500 from last year's pay I said I was owed and tried to show him the math on. He refused to look at. I was caught up in the moment. I did not check the numbers. So we do our thing. Goodbye, dude. I'll see you later. The dust settles. I take a look at these checks, and we're right back where we started. The total was supposed to be $5,573 because he did not take the time and respect me enough to look at the paperwork I made for him. He shorted me $73. Where we ended is where we started. I think it's just destined to happen that way. And I really didn't lose respect for the guy until Tuesday and Wednesday when it just sat in. That's gaslighting. You're upset, I'm upset. How narcissistic can you be? How arrogant can you possibly be? But it's his business, and if he wants to run it that way, it's all him. It will be better for me now that I'm gone. I've got nothing but positive things to look forward to. I hope that place does well, but I'm sorry for the people who don't speak up for themselves because the same thing's going to happen to them. And good luck to you too. Stand up for yourself. If you have anybody walking on you, you're not going to do yourself any favors by waiting on it like I waited for myself. I've already taken my mic off for this. I don't care. I'm going raw with it. The biggest punctuation in this story is that people know my character, and unfortunately, they know his.